And for our feature review, Zach didn't get a chance to watch it. He's been really busy, getting done with his school year and all that crap. But Todd and I actually sat right next to each other for Hurry Up Tomorrow. This is directed by Trey Edward Shultz and is starring The Weeknd.
He's from
Todd,
Canada.
do you want to go first? Zach wants to be here for this.
I can go first. I don't care.
Todd, go first. Tell us about Hurry Up Tomorrow.
All right. Well, the first thing I said to you after the movie was, I think this is the Sasquatch Sunset of the year where I don't know how to review it. So, because I don't really know what it's about. Or you said, is it even a movie? I don't know. But okay, this is The Weeknd plays himself, Abel Tesfaye. I don't know how to pronounce that. That's who he is. It's a version of himself, and he's got some vocal issues at some point and some substance abuse issues. That is partially his manager's fault. His manager is played by Barry Keoghan, and then there's this crazed arsonist fan, Anima, played by Jenna Ortega, who Abel meets and starts to have a thing with. Then things turn into a nightmare, kind of, I guess, when she shows her true colors and his whole world and the movie start to unravel. The movie is a vanity project for sure. Like, it's there are entire scenes where people are just listening to The Weeknd dissecting how important and engaging and heartfelt the song is. There's like an Amadeus type scene where the genius The Weeknd comes up with a song on the spot and astonishes everyone. But the movie has also this heavy electronic soundtrack. It really thinks it's being this prestigious art movie, but the thing feels like a music video. It's repetitive and boring. I was kind of reminded of Spring Breakers at a certain point, but that's directed by Harmony Korine, and you could expect some stuff like that. But I would have liked to see his version of the movie. Maybe not. I don't know. Probably not. But at the same time, I don't know. But shocker, Barry Keoghan is the best part of the movie. He's awesome, and he actually feels like a real person. The movie is a disaster overall. Trey Edward Shultz is a good director sometimes. Like, I really liked Krisha, and I liked It Comes at Night. But then he was kind of got overblown with Waves, and now this is unfortunate because I thought he was a really promising filmmaker. But here, I feel like he thinks he's like Nicholas Winding Refn or something like that. Like when he made that movie, Only God Forgives, I think is what it's called. It's like something like that, but in the form of like The Weeknd making a music video of his own life. I hated this thing. It was a chore to sit through. It was interesting to look at. I'm at a 0.5 star.
Ooh. Wow.
So, yeah. I think I'm going 0 stars. I walked into it thinking, I was thinking, when we started this, I was thinking 0.5 star. I'm like, why? Why? Like,
I think Jenna Ortega is genuinely interesting in the movie. Like her scene dancing to him while she's like Annie Wilkesing him. Like that's interesting. Like that's like the one part where I was like, okay, this could go somewhere, but at the same time, it's so dumb.
But that's almost what frustrates me more is there's interesting performance moments. Like The Weeknd even has moments where he's like legitimately decent. Jenna Ortega has moments. Barry Keoghan, I feel like this is a Matt Damon nominee at the end of the year. Like what are you doing in this movie?
He probably gave up a really great part to play that role. Yeah.
I don't know. It also feels like a part he could have shot in 2 days.
Yeah.
But there is no plot. It's inconceivable what was actually going on to make this thing. And from I didn't know anything about this movie going into it. And from the opening shot, when you're zoomed in on The Weeknd's eyeball, and I saw that shot and went, okay, this director wants us to know from the opening shot that he is going to direct the hell out of this thing. And he does. Like, he overblows the entire movie in his direction and kind of ruins what little bit was there that could actually have made it decent. This movie, like you said, it was a chore to sit through. I was supposed to do a double feature that night. I was so exhausted trying to make it through this movie. I went home and like went straight to bed. I couldn't focus on anything else the rest of the night. It ruined my night because I had to try and pay attention to and sit through this movie. Why does stuff like this get made? That's with competent people. Like it's a total vehicle. It's an hour and a half long, like music video and worship session to the Weeknd.
It's longer than that, isn't it?
Hour 45. Hour 45. We sat through an hour and 45 minutes of that.
I told you, this is I kind of understand why the Weeknd's halftime show at the Super Bowl was so chaotic. It had a similar camera aesthetic and everything. It was like a rave gone bad, and I don't know. Zach, you need to.
I definitely want to see it now.
A thrice declined.
You guys,
you probably give it thumbs up out of spite, but that'll be entertaining to listen to.
Well, I do like Jenna Ortega, and I've heard in this movie about like some scene in the hotel or something. It seems like if you went into this movie without the proper substances before, or pre-gaming it beforehand, that's kind of your fault. Bad on you. But
that's fair. That's fair.
You know, it sounds interesting. The real question is, where was Julia Fox? Why wasn't she in this movie? Partying at the rave. That's the real question.
It's true. It's a missed opportunity, which could have been the title of the movie. Nice. Alternate title: Missed Opportunity.
When you get the early reviews showing 12%, 14% on Rotten Tomatoes, you're in for a ride.
It currently has a 4.9 on IMDb.
I think this might be the second worst reviewed movie we've ever reviewed on this podcast. The worst, I'm pretty sure, is Firestarter.
No, the worst was Space Jam and New Legacy.
What about The Bubble? It's not worse than The Bubble, is it?
Space Jam New Legacy had a 25% on Rotten Tomatoes. The Bubble, I'm pretty sure had a.
Okay. I get what you're saying. Worst
Rotten Tomatoes. The Bubble had a 20%. Yes, the worst reviewed movie. The worst Rotten Tomatoes score. This had what? You said 13, 14%? It's a 13%. So that's worse than Desperados now. So yes, the Firestarter had a 10%. I think that's the worst reviewed movie we've done as a featured review on this podcast.
Firestarter had moments.
Well, yeah, Zac Efron had his shirt off, right?
There we go. Yeah.
Hurry Up Tomorrow came in 6th at the box office with 3.3 million on the weekend.
It's the kind of movie that makes you nostalgic for the Golden Raspberry Awards. It feels like this would have been a strong contender.
It made
the budget
more
on this thing was $15 million.
Dude, I don't know.
With Jenna Ortega and The Weeknd in a movie for it to open for $3 million, like that's when you know that it was bad.
And didn't his album? Correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't this like promoting his album that he came out with like 6 months ago? Like The Weeknd came out with an album, and I think this was accompanying it. But the album's like, I think it came out in January.
That's what I was telling Terry. I was like, I feel like he thought he was making his once.
Yeah, you did say that.
There can only be one Glenn Hansard Marquetta or Glova.
Can you imagine John Carney trying to direct this?
I feel like The Weeknd directed this more than Trey Edward Shultz. I mean, I don't think anything that he's done implies that this was his baby. But I mean, at the same time, I don't know. I mean, he's only made 4 movies.
It was directed by the Safdie brothers.
That probably would have been reasonable.
Did you guys see the new trailer for the Benny Safdie, John Cena, Emily Blunt movie? No, not John Cena. The Rock.
I haven't seen the trailer, but
that shit looks good. I saw it last night. Yeah.
All right. Well, it is currently twice declined. As soon as Zach sees it,
I feel like it. I like the volume of the twice declined almost makes it like quad decline because of just
Pretty
how
much.
low your what's your history of 0-star movies, Terry? I mean, I feel like that's you are I think you're the most generous of all of us. I can't really remember a time you've ever given a movie 0 stars.
I had to be talked into Space Jam.
That's
same
right.
Here. I remember that.
I don't usually go with a half a star. I usually go straight to 0 stars if it's below a star.
Well, why is it a half star? Is it for Barry Keoghan?
Yeah, probably. My last half-star movie was The Killing of Kenneth Chamberlain, which I couldn't go 0 stars for, but I don't think that movie should exist. So,
a half star is almost worse than 0 stars because it means that at least it's not notable enough to even make 0 stars.
That's why I considered a half star for this. Is there's some interesting stuff, but the problem is the interesting stuff, like it shows just how bad the movie is, that it's that bad, even though there are moments that are interesting. I've got Bubble was a half star. Anyone But You was a half star.
Wow.
Space Jam was a 0 star. Let's see here. What was the last 0 star before that?
I gave Megalopolis 0 stars. That was my last 0 stars.
Well, no, did you give The Girl Next Door 0 stars?
No, I gave The Girl Next Door 1 star. At least according
to
my
record. That's the worst movie of the year as a 1-star movie?
Yes, in 2004.
So the next 0 star movie I have is Mr. Brooks.
In 2007.
No, so that's been almost 20 years.
I was going to bring up Mr. Brooks in our deep dive.
Then 2005, I have 2 0 stars. I have The Libertine and Bewitched as 0 stars. Then 2004, I had 3 0 stars. Catwoman, Sky Captain, and The World of Tomorrow, and Mr. 3000.
See, I had a lot of 0 stars back in that day.
Yeah, I did too. I got 5 0 stars for 2003. I got 2 0 stars for 2002. Yeah. Anyways.
I had 12 half-star movies in 2003.
We should just come up with a list of the 10 of the worst movies ever made. I mean, we did an episode where we did our top 100. Let's just do bottom 10 all time. That would be fun.
That would be fun.
Okay.
All right. Well, that's Hurry Up Tomorrow. Do not hurry up to see it. Tomorrow, next day, any day. Don't worry about it. You can skip this one. Unless you're a fan of The Weeknd, then maybe you might get into the whole, hero worship there.
You need to call him by his actual name. I keep thinking you were talking about This Weekend. It's like
I think Zach needs to change his banner and get rid of the E, because his banner says "Slow down, Weekend," and
no, it's a double entendre.
Double entendre.
But isn't it interesting to think that this movie gets a release, but like Juror Number 2 didn't get a theatrical release, or like that Acme movie, or the Batgirl movie.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
or the Day the Clown Cried.
Or The Day the Clown Cried. I mean, if we're serious, yeah, absolutely.
Bring it full circle there.
Mm-hmm.